everyone, it's Louise with louisemckayart, and welcome to my channel. And I apologize already because I have a cold and I am stuffy and not 100%. So I'm going to try to work through this pretty quick. What I have here is a silicone mat. Got these off of Amazon. And I use this for my paint skins that I'm going to be making that I'll be using for a charcuterie board. So I've got a whole bunch of this wood that I bought and I cut to size. So I've got a lot of charcuterie boards ready to work on. This is my pillow paint. Now, if you're a beginner bloomer, the pillow paint, the bloom technique comes in 3 phases. There's the pillow, which is this 6011N. The pillow is what your colors float on as your composition spreads out. I'm making a paint skin that I'll be putting on a charcuterie board and doll it up really pretty. So that's my paint, that's my pillow. Now my colors, now I've got a mismatch over here because I've got some mixed with my infinity pouring medium, which is these two together. My black and my bronze are mixed with this. 2 large containers are mixed with this. Valspar A33124 and MinWax semigloss. I mix my pouring medium, what I just showed you, 3 parts of paint to 1 part of the MinWax. Mix it up, my pouring medium then is in a container. In this case, here's an example of the pouring medium. Then I mix my pouring medium with my paints. Again, about 3 parts of the pouring medium to 1 part paint, all by weight. I work in grams. All right, so that's what we got. All right, this is my 24 karat gold and my Deco Art and Golden's iridescent gold. These paints, mind you, are from January, so they've been sitting around a while. Iridescent silver by Golden. Golden's iridescent bronze. I've got my ears half perched out the window because the other day while I was painting, after I got done painting, I was putting a lid on something, stepped out on my deck, and there were 2 bear cubs on my back deck right here, literally within 5 feet of me. They're the same little guys that lost their mom recently. So I feel bad for them, but I'm not going to be friendly with them because me being friendly with them does not do them any good. I yelled at them. I yelled at them to get off my deck. And they did. I even have it barricaded off. Now I put the barricade, and I added some bells to it, like Christmas bells to it, so when they try to climb over the barricade, I'll at least hear them coming. Okay, so that's that. So here's my cell activators. Australian Floetrol cell activator, which is mixed my Australian Floetrol, and my titanium white by Amsterdam, and my oxide black by Amsterdam. I do have a really good video. It's 141 with American Floetrol. And if you want to see how I make it, what the ingredients are, I will link the video above. It's video 141. Okay, we're going to put some cell activator down. We're going to blow it out. That's the white. Black. Here we go. So for all my regular viewers, I'm sure you know what I'm going to say here, and that is I blow straight down into the cell activator to try to get it to form as much of a circle like that as possible. And once I have that nice circle, there'll be like a little ridge where the cell activator is hitting up against the paint. I blow at that ridge to blow the composition out until I'm done. I have a really good video. It's 4:19. I will link it above. It's called The Art of the Blow I talk about how to find your blow in the first place, which sometimes is tricky, and how speed and angle affect the composition. So I'm going to go around, I'm going to add a little pillow paint so that when I get ready to spin this, it'll already know where it's supposed to go. I do this to control how quickly it starts to spread and how much it spreads. And you don't want to have the pillow, you don't want to have it roll over itself. That's why you got to give it somewhere to lead onto. If that makes any sense. I'm not thinking straight. I've got cold medicine running through my body. I'm sure by the time this airs, I'll be perfectly healthy. I made some ornaments with this color combination. Oh my God, they're so pretty. This is almost my school colors from West Point. West Point is black, gold, and gray. What I have here is black, gold, gray, and, well, black, gold, silver, and bronze. All right, let's give it a spin. Everywhere where it's reaching the edge, I'm going to touch it with a little more pillow. I'll skip past this part. You guys don't need to see this part. Just trust me to say that I'm adding more pillow to give it a place to stretch onto. Oh, shoot. Wow. That was crazy. That's what happens when you just go wild. You don't need to spin it that fast. I just need to spin it so the force pushes itself out. Just gentle. I don't need to jerk it. I was a jerk on that jerky jerk. Just adding a little more float paint again. I'm going to skip ahead here. Wow, it looks like stained glass in there. It's really gorgeous. Easy, easy. I was debating between doing a swipe and doing a bloom, and I am glad I did the bloom. It is so pretty. But I might try a swipe too. I might just do a swipe as well, because I have so many charcuterie boards now. I need to get ahead. I need to get cracking. Okay, so what I did on the other one is I added couple little, you know, what do you call it? A little embellishment. So while I'm quietly just adding a little shape to these petals with the palette knife, I just want to direct you and invite you to my description, where I have links to some of my products I use and links to some of the more educational type tutorials, like how to make my pouring medium, links to some full tutorials like on the Lazy Susan, things like that. And also I have a 10% discount code for KS Resin, which is what I use for most of my creations here. And let's see, one more. All right, I think this is done. Look at this bad boy. Look at in here, looks like stained glass. It's so pretty. Hopefully it's not too big. But I have to remember I'm going to cut it down to size as well. Okay, I'll be back for the paint skin removal, maybe. We'll see what's next. So I wanted to show you real quick the final wet results of the 2 paint skins that I applied to this charcuterie board, and then I'm going to do a shameless plug here, where I want to introduce you to the 5-part in-depth charcuterie board creation tutorial I have, where I go in-depth with part 1 with the pour, part 2 with the paint skin prep, part 3 where I adhere the paint skins to the board. Each of these sections go into a greater detail than you've seen me during my regular tutorials. And part 5 is where I do the final finish with the wood butter, the feet and the handles, And then part 4 is the only paid for play part where I go into incredible depth of how to prep your resin table, how to resin the piece and how the after resin works, and how you get that incredibly smooth finish I'm going to show you here in a second. Now here she is outside in the natural light during this really wicked cold snap we're having right now, but I want to direct your attention to that smooth finish, that smooth edge where the paint skin is covered over by the resin and the resin has that very smooth connection to the board itself. That's what that part 4 resin tutorial is. I only wish I had that when I was first learning, because that would have saved me a lot of time and money and frustration. And you get it for a very, very reasonable price, let me tell you. If you're interested in this tutorial, just email me. My email is in the description, and I'll let you know all the details and we get you into that tutorial today. And if you haven't already checked out the other 4 parts of this tutorial series, you should definitely take a look because I share a lot more detail in those than I have in my prior charcuterie board videos. So if you're new here, please subscribe, join me, hit the like button, thumbs up, comment. I'd appreciate the comments as well. Hype would be great too. At the end of this, I'm going to link my charcuterie board playlist so you can see other charcuterie boards, other styles, other color combinations, and maybe get some ideas for yourself. So with that, that's all I have for now, everybody. Take care. Till next time.